Hi, my name's Corinne Wallace, and I'm going to be presenting my final project website. It's called Above the Fold, and it's a napkin folding website. So, right here, right away, we have a clever little name, or at least I thought it was clever, and kind of something attention grabbing. Grabbing. I wanted to hint right away that this wasn't going to be the same kind of napkin folding websites that you usually find, which are generally very clickbaity, lots of very slow slideshows that are difficult to get through, or lots of times broken links to videos for the pages, or very slow moving videos. So I wanted right away to kind of bring a youthful energy, and this is what I was trying to accomplish with the GIF on the front page. I It's the fold of the week, so I wanted to indicate that this is something that changes. This is something that listens to who is viewing the website, and it's seasonal. So we've got our Christmas tree here, and just the idea that it's fun, it's flashy, it's attention grabbing, but it also indicates something about the website that I'm trying to convey. So I start with just a basic greeting to the visitor to the site, and again, reassuring them that this is not the kind of napkin folding that they might think of. It's really fun, very creative, kind of easy access napkin folding. So, uh, and just basically highlighting the fun of it. So my name is Corinne Wallace. That's the other part, is I just talk a little bit about myself and how I got into napkin folding. A lot of people, it seems, are doing their final projects on very serious topics, which is great. But I actually started napkin folding in junior high, or maybe late elementary school, just one Christmas. And I have done it for every holiday since at my house. I really have fun with it. I think it's a great way to kind of blow off steam, and I have a lot of fun teaching people napkin folds since they're pretty hard to forget once you learn them. Um, yeah, and as I said, this kind of basically came about through my own struggles to find the kind of website like this that I wanted, where everything was in one place and it was easy to get to. So first off, we have the Folds tab. So right away, I have more GIFs, and each of them showcases one of the napkin folds that's available in that category, and then also a title card telling you the difficulty level or the theme, as is the case in the holiday and all occasions levels. So I can show you guys the. Let's see, we'll do medium. So one of the things that's important to know, the reason I did this is because napkin folding can kind of be difficult just by looking at the steps or even the final product. Which folds are more difficult than others? Often the ones that look the hardest are really easy, and the ones that are, very simple kind of take a delicate hand. Like, for instance, this one right at the top, the elf hat, only 3 steps. It's mostly just rolling, but it kind of takes a little bit of, you have to be pretty comfortable doing napkin folds to get it to really look the way you want it to, which is why this one's medium. Um, yeah, and here we have. So what I did for these ones, all of these napkin folds are available in the other categories that we'll see in holiday and all occasions, but this is just purely through difficulty level. So somebody who didn't necessarily know what they were looking for, but kind of knows where they're at in terms of napkin folding, would see this and, feel comfortable going to the medium page. Or if they're scrolling through this and they decide that that's not really what they're looking for, they can always switch to easy or hard. And back here we have holiday, which we have Christmas, Thanksgiving, Father's Day. They all have a title card. Um, Valentine's Day, and Easter. So what I was trying to do, I have these gifts pretty far spread out because I didn't want them to get distracting. I thought about this a lot, but I really thought they added something that you kind of don't see a lot. There's often not a lot of movement in napkin folding sites, and I really wanted to convey that energy. And I was hoping that I put them kind of slow, not just so that they weren't super distracting, but also so that whoever's looking at it gets a chance to look at the fold that's available in that category and, maybe become interested in it, see what else they think is back there. Yeah, so once you choose your topic, so we'll look right here. We've picked Christmas, and we have a few folds. So there's our fold of the week right there. So both links would link you to this page. We have a different Christmas tree. This one's a little bit more difficult. It's in the hard category in the other designation. And this is my personal favorite, the elf boot. This one's really fun. I teach this one to people a lot, and they always think it's very fun. We have an elf hat to match, which we've seen. So, yep, just by category, by season. This also is kind of for convenience. A lot of people don't look at napkin folds just for no reason. They look at them around the holidays to see what they can do for their family or their tables that is different. We've also got Thanksgiving here. We have a cornucopia and a leaf. These were interesting to find. I hadn't done a lot of as many Thanksgiving folds, so I had to kind of look into these ones. And the cornucopia is actually kind of a variation on something I saw, so it's kind of a little bit my own invention in a way, although it's pretty simple. So yeah, that's basically about it for the folds. So we have tips and tricks right here. So basically we have know your materials. A lot of folds, a lot of sites, they'll show them with paper, which is a very different experience than folding with a cloth napkin, which is why all mine were folded on cloth napkins, to kind of give a little bit realistic expectations. The same with the ironing thing. I wanted people to know that often irons are used to get those really nice crisp edges and the pleats, but if you don't have one on you, or if you're just trying out the fold for the first time, you can be disappointed with the results. I didn't really use much ironing in mine to kind of give that vibe of what it would look like if you weren't maybe being a super serious Martha Stewart-esque napkin folder, I suppose. Be creative. Like I said, it's okay to, it's okay for there to be variation. Napkin folding is fun. That's kind of what I'm trying to prove with this site. And just a couple other things to look out for, and a few fun facts about the history, and a little bit on the relationship between origami and napkin folding, which is interesting because napkin folding kind of holds this reputation for being dowdy and old-fashioned, but it really is very similar to origami in a lot of ways. And most people just think of that as, artistic and creative. So I'm trying to prove that napkin folding's reputation is maybe not as warranted as some might think. So the biggest deviation I had from my proposal was that I did not include videos for all of the folds that I have here. I have some that I took originally, and some are on the site, but I just felt that overall it was too cluttered and they weren't really necessary. I felt with the visuals, we'll go back, I can show you. I have for each of these written instructions on the picture that I wrote, as well as the photos themselves. I took picture for basically every step. Often in other sites, they'll skip over steps that they think are simple, and I tried not to do that. I really tried to include every step so that it wouldn't be confusing. And I just thought that overall the visual representation was enough, that cluttering it with videos wasn't as necessary as I had originally thought. I actually feel, for myself, when I go on sites with napkin folds that only offer videos, I'm not a fan. It makes me very impatient because often they'll start out very slowly. And as you can see, a lot of times the first couple sets are often folding it in half or folding in a triangle. And it gets a little bit tedious. So I kind of wanted to prevent people from feeling that way on my site. I thought this was more efficient, so I just kind of rethought that. Although if I have comments, and like I said, I do have the videos that I might be putting up if people feel that it's something that is really lacking. The last thing I have, speaking of which, is a contact form for viewers of the site to let me know what they thought. Let me know if there's an email that I can reach them at. And I'd love to fill up the space here with comments and reviews of the site if possible. I'm not sure if the site will have a life after me, but it will definitely have a life from me because I kind of did this for selfish reasons. As I was going back and reviewing some of the folds that I put on here, I realized how awful most of the napkin folding sites are that are out there. You can usually find one or two good folds, and that's it. And there tons of them. So for me at least, I'll be using this as a nice database for all my folds, and I hope that other people use it too and see how much fun it can be. Thank you for listening.